These are the homeowners insurance companies using drones to spy on your home without your knowledge, and they're using what they find to cancel your coverage. Right now, as you watch this, there's a 99% chance your house has already been photographed from the sky by insurance surveillance aircraft, and artificial intelligence has analyzed every inch of your property looking for reasons to drop you. The scale of this operation is absolutely staggering. The Geospatial Insurance Consortium, initiated by the National Insurance Crime Bureau, has photographed 99% of homes in the United States. Vexcel alone has aerial imagery and property details for 99.6% of the population across 127 million households. We're talking about nearly every single home in America being under constant surveillance by the homeowners insurance industry. But here's what makes this truly alarming. Homeowners have absolutely no idea it's happening. Unlike a traditional inspection where an adjuster knocks on your door, these aerial surveillance missions happen completely without your knowledge or consent. Companies deploy drones, manned airplanes flying at 4,000 to 10,000 feet, and high-altitude balloons to capture images of your property. Every day, insurtech companies like Eagle View fly airplanes across North America collecting information that shapes insurers' decisions about claims and who to insure. They do business with 9 of the top 10 national homeowners insurance companies. CoreLogic integrates GIC imagery into their underwriting platforms alongside competitors like Verisk Analytics. The technology behind this surveillance system grows more sophisticated and invasive by the day. The global aerial imaging market hit $3.41 billion in 2024, and they're projecting it'll reach $8.24 billion by 2030. The drone insurance market itself, valued at $1.1 billion in 2023, is expected to more than double by 2032. This isn't some small side business. It's becoming the backbone of how homeowners insurance companies operate. Let me tell you what happened to Cindy Picos in Auburn, California. She received a notice that CSAA Insurance was dropping her homeowner's coverage based on aerial photos of her home. "I thought they had the wrong house. Our roof is in fine shape," Picos told the Wall Street Journal. To prove her roof was actually in good condition, she hired an independent inspection company. The professionals told her the roof had at least another 10 years of life. But CSAA Insurance still refused to reconsider their decision. And here's the real kicker. Picos was never even allowed to view the aerial images that led to her cancellation. This story isn't unique. Amy Bach, Executive Director of Consumer Group United Policyholders, says, "We've seen a dramatic increase across the country in reports from consumers who've been dropped by their homeowners insurers on the basis of an aerial image. The technology is being used to find any excuse to remove customers from their books. Consider what happened to John D'Antremont in Malden, Massachusetts. He told Boston 25 News he was blindsided when his homeowner's insurer suddenly demanded expensive repairs and then canceled his policy. D'Antremont had owned his home for more than 40 years and held the same homeowner's insurance the entire time without a single issue. 40 years of loyalty, and one aerial photograph ended it all. The artificial intelligence systems analyzing these images are programmed to flag what homeowners insurance companies consider red flags. They're hunting for damaged roof shingles, yard debris, overhanging tree branches, and undeclared swimming pools or trampolines. Verisk's Roof Condition Score and Roof Age Analytics specifically identify properties that fail to meet Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety Fortified Roof standards. But the technology is far from perfect, and the consequences for homeowners are absolutely devastating. In one documented case, a homeowner lost coverage after a homeowner's insurance company looked at the wrong image entirely. In another, what Farmers Insurance claimed showed dangerous tree limbs turned out to be just shadows in the photograph. One person wasn't renewed because of roof damage, despite having a brand new roof. Nicole Brink, a former Farmers Insurance agent who quit over these practices, saw non-renewal notices sent based on footage that was 2 to 3 years old. The human cost of these errors is devastating. A California couple had their policy canceled by AAA after overhead photography found their swimming pool had been drained. This aging couple explained they had emptied it because their grandchildren had grown up and they no longer used it. Homeowners insurance companies consider empty pools a risk because they're prone to cracking without water pressure and can float up from the earth, creating hazardous conditions. But these homeowners weren't given a chance to explain or remedy the situation. CJ Sveen was dropped by AAA homeowners insurance after aerial reconnaissance discovered what they called clutter in his yard. An indignant Sveen told ABC7 that he uses his yard as a workshop. Apparently they have some pictures and they noticed clutter. I find that offensive. How dare you judge me because of my stuff? The invasion of privacy extends beyond just taking the photos. Lynn Schuler from Topsfield, Massachusetts, captured the feeling many homeowners share. It was very invasive, because they had taken a picture of my house without me knowing, which was really kind of crazy. Insurance expert Carl Sussman agrees, saying, "It's just the idea of feels a little bit awkward and a little weird and strange to have, not know when it's happening." But the homeowners insurance industry sees this surveillance very differently. They argue it's about safety and efficiency. Traditional roof inspections require skilled insurance adjusters to climb onto roofs and assess damage, a dangerous job that's becoming harder to fill as experienced adjusters retire. The National Association of Mutual Insurance Companies forecasts that 50% of the current insurance workforce will retire in the next 15 years, with less than 25% of workers currently under age 35. This could leave more than 400,000 positions unfilled. Drone inspections can slash inspection turnaround times by 50% or more, and they eliminate the safety risks of having adjusters on ladders. As one industry representative explained, insurers have always inspected insured properties to help identify, prevent, and mitigate potential losses. Drones and similar remote viewing technologies are increasingly utilized as a less invasive and more cost-effective solution for spotting safety risks like roof damage or property hazards. The homeowners insurance industry also argues this is about fair pricing based on risk. Tom Wilson, CEO of Allstate Insurance Company, put it bluntly, "If your roof is 20 years old and one hailstorm is going to take it off, you should pay more than somebody with a brand new roof." From their perspective, aerial surveillance helps them price homeowners insurance policies more accurately. The numbers support the industry's focus on roofs. According to the Insurance Information Institute, roofs are the #1 reason for homeowners insurance non-renewals. In 2024, roof repair and replacement costs totaled nearly $31 billion, up almost 30% since 2022. Roof-related claims made up more than a quarter of all residential claim value in 2024. Today, 34% of all property claims stem from wind or hail damage that predominantly impacts roofs. Verisk's analysis shows that 38% of U.S. residential roofs are in moderate to poor condition, resulting in loss costs 60% higher than those with roofs in good or excellent condition. Wind and hail were the primary drivers of these losses, accounting for more than half of all residential claims. Since 2022, non-catastrophic wind and hail roof claims jumped from 17% to 25%. But here's where the story gets even more concerning. This surveillance isn't being conducted directly by your homeowner's insurance company. Instead, insurers are buying images from third-party insurtech companies that act like private investigators using cutting-edge technology. Companies like EagleView, which works with 9 of the top 10 national homeowners insurers, are building massive databases of property information using their pictometry aerial imagery technology platform. Piers Dormeyer, CEO of EagleView, says, "The vast majority of homeowners insurance companies use aerial imagery taken from satellites, aircraft, or drones in some way. His company flies airplanes across North America every single day, collecting information that shapes whether you get to keep your homeowner's insurance." The frequency and detail of this surveillance is accelerating rapidly. If satellite launches proceed as planned, images could be updated daily by 2030, according to industry consultant Neil Pearson. It could get interesting from a privacy standpoint, as a property could be monitored daily at high resolution, he warns. It is a bit Orwellian. The practice became much more widespread during the COVID-19 pandemic, when homeowners insurance companies leaned heavily into remote inspection technologies. Sean Keveligan of the Insurance Information Institute explains, "There were a lot of big changes during COVID where there were more satellite inspections, different ways, and a lot of industries really leaned into the technology. And what we're seeing now is that it's becoming more commonplace, whether a drone image or from a satellite." The consequences for homeowners extend far beyond individual policy cancellations. Based on official data analyzed by Weiss Ratings as of December 2024, homeowners in Florida and California were dropped by their insurance companies in 2024 more often than in any other state. Florida had the worst non-renewal rate at 3.35% of policies, nearly doubling from less than 2% just 6 years earlier. California saw 3.18% of homeowner policies canceled, with the rate nearly quadrupling since 2018. Louisiana reported the most dramatic increase in non-renewals nationwide. In 2018, insurers canceled only 0.55% of homeowner policies. By 2024, they were canceling nearly 3%, more than a five-fold increase. Across 15 disaster-prone states studied, the average cancellation rate hit 2.32% in 2024, almost triple the 0.8% rate recorded in 2018. These cancellations are happening while homeowners are already facing unprecedented premium increases. According to the Consumer Federation of America, the average American homeowner is paying 24% higher premiums compared to 3 years ago. Between 2021 and 2024, carriers increased premiums in 95% of the United States, affecting almost all homeowners nationwide. For over a third of homeowners, premiums rose 30% or more. Florida homeowners face the highest average premium at $6,000 annually, a 102% cumulative increase over 3 years. The loss of human oversight in this process deeply concerns consumer advocates. Ware Wendell, head of Texas Watch, says, "We're really losing the human touch when it comes to the purchasing and servicing and adjusting of homeowners' insurance policies, and I think that that's a bad thing for policyholders." Nicole Brink, the former farmer's agent who quit over these practices, was even more direct. "It's like they're using anything as an excuse to get people off their books." State governments are beginning to respond to these concerns. California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara announced strong support for Assembly Bill 75, which would require homeowners' insurance companies to notify homeowners at least 30 days before taking aerial images of their property. The bill would also grant homeowners the right to request and obtain copies of any aerial images used in coverage decisions. Massachusetts introduced similar legislation requiring homeowners insurers to show homeowners the aerial images used in coverage decisions, indicate when they were taken, identify specific defects, and create a clear appeals process. Connecticut has issued guidance requiring insurers to provide homeowners with copies of aerial imagery used in underwriting decisions. Pennsylvania's insurance department has reminded insurers they must conduct physical inspections to confirm what aerial imagery supposedly shows, after receiving complaints about homeowners' insurance policies being canceled based on unclear aerial photos that merely showed discoloration or streaking rather than actual damage. Douglas Heller, Director of Insurance at the Consumer Federation of America, summarizes the core issue. "The technology is way ahead of any consumer protections. For homeowners, the key is understanding what's happening and taking proactive steps. Homeowners' insurance companies are hunting for damaged shingles, yard debris, overhanging branches, and undeclared structures. It's more important than ever to stay on top of home maintenance, because you never know when that aerial photograph will be taken. If you receive a non-renewal notice based on aerial imagery, demand to see the photos and find out when they were taken. The images might be months or years old, showing problems you've already fixed. Document any improvements you've made and push back on decisions based on outdated or inaccurate information." The surveillance of American homes by homeowners' insurance companies represents a fundamental shift in how these businesses operate. What started as a tool for assessing storm damage has evolved into a comprehensive monitoring system affecting millions of homeowners. As this technology becomes more sophisticated and invasive, the question isn't whether your home is being watched. It's what homeowners' insurance companies will do with what they see. The age of insurance surveillance is here, and every homeowner needs to understand how it affects them. Because in this new world, your homeowner's insurance company knows more about your property than you might think, and they're using that knowledge to make decisions that could leave you without coverage when you need it most.